Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have some absolutely massive news that impacts tens of millions of Americans. So you're going to want to stick around for every single detail. We're talking about Social Security benefits, and the breaking news is that a significant increase is officially on its way. This isn't speculation, this is happening. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what this means for you, how much extra you can expect to see, and when these changes will take effect. So grab a cup of coffee and let's get right into it. First, let's set the stage. As many of you know, Social Security benefits are a financial lifeline for retirees, individuals with disabilities, and surviving family members. Each year, there's an adjustment made to these benefits to help them keep up with the rising cost of living. This is known as the Cost of Living Adjustment, or COLA. Without this adjustment, the purchasing power of your benefits would shrink every single year due to inflation, making it harder to afford essentials like groceries, housing, and healthcare. So, the annual COLA is incredibly important. Now, for the big headline. The Social Security Administration has announced the official COLA for the upcoming year, and it's one of the most substantial increases we've seen in recent history. The official figure is an 8.7% increase in benefits. Let me say that again, 8.7%. This is a direct response to the high inflation rates we've all been experiencing. The goal is to ensure that your monthly check reflects the real-world prices you're repaying at the store and for your bills. So, what does an 8.7% increase actually look like in terms of dollars and cents? Let's break down the numbers, because that's what really matters. We'll use the average benefit amounts to give you a clear picture. Think about that for a moment. An extra $146 a month is over $1,750 over the course of a year. That's not a small amount of money. That can cover several months of groceries, go towards rising utility bills, or help pay for prescription medications. For many, this increase will provide some much-needed breathing room in a tight budget. And it's not just for retirees. This increase applies across the board. For example, the average benefit for a disabled worker was around $1,364 per month. Now, a crucial question I know you're all asking is, when will I see this extra money in my bank account? The changes officially take effect starting in January, so the Social Security checks you receive in January will be the first ones to reflect this 8.7% increase. The Social Security Administration will be sending out official notices in the mail, usually in early December, that will detail your new specific benefit amount for the coming year. So make sure to keep an eye on your mailbox for that letter. It will break down your personal numbers, so you'll know exactly what to expect. However, there's another piece of the puzzle we need to discuss, and it's an important one: Medicare Part B premiums. As most of you on Social Security are also enrolled in Medicare, you know that the Part B premium is typically deducted directly from your Social Security check. In some years, a large increase in the Part B premium can eat up a significant portion of the COLA. But this year, we have some more good news. For the first time in over a decade, the standard Medicare Part B premium is actually going down. The premium will decrease from $170.10 per month to $164.90 per month. That's a savings of $5.20 each month. So, not only are you getting a substantial 8.7% increase in your gross benefit, but the amount being deducted for Medicare is also decreasing. This means you get to keep more of your COLA than in a typical year, which is a fantastic double win for beneficiaries. Let's put it all together with an example. So, what should you do with this information? First, don't panic or rush to call the Social Security Administration. They are processing these changes for over 70 million people. As I mentioned, you will receive an official notice by mail that outlines your new benefit amount. You can also check your new benefit amount online by logging into your My Social Security account on the SSA.gov website, usually starting in early December. This is often the fastest way to get your personal information. Second, this is a great time to review your budget. Knowing that this extra income is coming can help you plan for the year ahead. Can you allocate more towards savings? Can you finally take care of a home repair you've been putting off? Or will this extra amount simply help you keep up with the rising cost of your essential expenses? Having a plan for this extra money, no matter how you intend to use it, is always a smart financial move. It's important to see this COLA in the larger context. This 8.7% increase is the largest since 1981, when it was 11.2%. This highlights just how unusual the current inflationary environment is. While the extra money is certainly welcome and needed, it's a direct reflection of how much more expensive daily life has become. This adjustment is designed to help you maintain your standard of living, not necessarily to dramatically increase it. It's a catch-up, not a windfall. In summary, this is a major positive financial development for everyone receiving Social Security benefits. An 8.7% COLA, combined with a decrease in Medicare Part B premiums, means a tangible increase in your monthly take-home pay starting in January. Be on the lookout for your official notice in the mail and consider reviewing your budget to make the most of this extra income. This is the kind of news that makes a real difference in people's lives, and I'm glad we could break it all down for you today. I hope this video was helpful and brought you some clarity and maybe even some relief. If you found this information valuable, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel reach more people who need to hear this news. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and clicking that notification bell. We're always tracking the latest updates on Social Security, Medicare, and other financial topics that matter to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have some incredibly important and breaking news that affects millions of Americans. If you, a family member, or someone you know receives Social Security benefits, you're going to want to listen very closely to this entire video. We're talking about a significant increase in your monthly payments. And I'm going to break down exactly what that means for you, how much you can expect, and when these changes will take effect. So let's get right into the headline news. Social Security benefits are officially set to increase. This isn't speculation or a rumor. This is confirmed information that will impact your wallet. The Social Security Administration has announced the Annual Cost of Living Adjustment, or COLA, and it's designed to help your benefits keep pace with inflation. We all know how much prices for everyday goods, from groceries to gas, have gone up over the past year. This adjustment is meant to ensure that your purchasing power doesn't get eroded by rising costs. Now, for the number you've all been waiting for. The official COLA for the upcoming year is 3.2%. Let me say that again, 3.2%. While this might not sound like the massive increases we saw in the previous couple of years, it's still a very meaningful boost, especially when you compound it over time. It's also higher than the average COLA over the last 2 decades, which sits closer to 2.6%. So, what does a 3.2% increase actually look like in your bank account? Let's do some math to figure out your new monthly benefit. You just need to take your current monthly payment and multiply it by 1.032. For example, let's look at the average Social Security retirement benefit. Before the increase, the average retiree was receiving approximately $1,848 per month. With the 3.2% COLA, that amount will go up by about $59. Let's consider another scenario. Say you receive a disability benefit of $1,489 per month. A 3.2% increase would add about $48 to your monthly check, raising it to $1,537. Again, this extra money can be crucial for covering medical copays, utility bills, or other necessities. The key takeaway here is that this increase applies to all types of Social Security benefits, including retirement, disability, SSDI, and survivor benefits. It also applies to Supplemental Security Income, or SSI recipients. After subtracting the $9.80 increase in the Part B premium, their net increase, the actual extra cash they'll see, will be closer to $49.20 per month. It's essential to keep this in mind so you have a realistic expectation of the change in your take-home amount. While it does reduce the overall gain slightly, the majority of the COLA increase will still end up in your pocket. The Social Security Administration will send out official notices in the mail, usually in early December, detailing your exact new benefit amount for the year. And September end compares it to the average from the same period in the previous year. The percentage difference between those two numbers becomes the COLA for the following year. This year, the inflation data from those key months showed a 3.2% rise, and that's how we got our number. This formula has been a topic of debate for years. Many advocates for seniors argue that the CPIW doesn't accurately reflect the spending habits of retirees. For instance, seniors tend to spend a larger portion of their income on healthcare and housing, two areas where costs often rise faster than the general inflation rate. There's a different index called the CPII for Experimental Price Index for the elderly, which many believe would be a more accurate measure. If the COLA were based on the CPII, the adjustment might be higher in some years. This is an ongoing policy discussion in Washington, and it's something we'll continue to track for you here on the channel. Now, what should you do with this extra income? Remember, the Social Security Administration will never call, text, or email you asking for your personal information, like your Social Security number or bank account details, to process your COLA increase. This happens automatically. You do not need to do anything to receive it. If someone contacts you claiming you need to pay a fee or provide information to get your raise, it is a scam. Hang up the phone, delete the text, and report it. Your best source of information is always the official SSA.gov website or your personal My Social Security account.